Hi, welcome back to the Communication Arts and Sciences building. I know you thought you left for the summer, but you're going to be here a lot over the next 7 weeks, so get comfortable. Let's learn a little bit about each other, though, before we get started. My name's Jeremy Steele. I'm a specialist here in the School of Journalism, and I'm also the director of the Michigan Interscholastic Press Association. Some of you might be MIPA kids from high school. I do a variety of conferences, workshops, contests, and other programming for student publications all over the state of Michigan. My background is in reporting. I was a reporter at the Lansing State Journal most recently. I've also worked a few years in public relations at a firm here in Lansing. So I have kind of a broad background, generally speaking, in reporting. And throughout my career, regardless of whether I've been focused on words or public relations or what, I've had to have at least a working knowledge of visual communication. So hopefully I'm going to help you develop that working knowledge, and you may develop that then into your own specialty by taking other courses here in the School of Journalism, the more advanced 300 level labs, or maybe your goal is to be a reporter and to go off and work in a newspaper or a magazine or a TV station or radio station, or maybe even start your own journalism venture. And regardless of which path you choose to take, you're going to need to know the basics of taking photos, shooting videos, dealing with data, maybe putting together maps or charts and graphs. You're going to need to maybe gather audio, regardless of where you end up working. That's just the reality of journalism today. You need to have at least a base of knowledge in all of these skills to be successful. And really it goes beyond journalism into any other communication field, whether it's public relations or whatever you might be doing. Having that base of knowledge is really going to be helpful. So let's talk a little bit about this class and what we're going to do this semester. Some of you might know this crazy guy here. This is Carl Good. He teaches here in the School of Journalism, and he's an infographics and visual communication genius. If you get a chance to take a class from him in the future, you should do so. We'll rely a lot on Carl throughout this semester. He's built a variety of tutorials and has put together a really great website of free visual tools that you can use for this class and others here at Michigan State. Otherwise, we're going to be working hard throughout the semester. I hope that we're going to be having a lot of fun too, doing a variety of projects and hopefully teaching you a few tricks that you didn't already know. There are a few things that you definitely need to have for this class. One of those things is a computer. You should already have that. It can be any kind of computer, Windows, Mac, doesn't matter. You also need to have a camera of some kind. It can be a really professional SLR, or it can just be a point and shoot, or even your iPhone has a really great camera on it. A video camera, again, the iPhone or an Android phone would work fine for that. You need to make sure that you have some photo editing and video editing software on your computer, either the software that came with your computer, or there are a variety of free software options out there. You're going to need something that will record audio. It could be a separate audio recorder, or again, fall back to that iPhone, that works fine. Some headphones. A tripod could come in really handy, and you can buy a little handheld tripod like this for $20, or you could get a big full-size tripod as well. That's really not going to matter. I also recommend that you get a mic for your computer if it doesn't have a really good built-in one already. You'll want to have a mic that you can plug into an audio recorder or a video camera. In addition to the Angel site, you're going to want to know about our Journalism 203 website, which exists out there on the web. And this is where some of your work is going to be published. So it's very important that you make sure all of your sources know that your work is going to be published out there for everybody to see. Everybody in class and everybody in the world who wants to come to our publicly available website. In this class, we basically focus on these objectives. We want to help teach you how to visualize information. We do that by presenting information in alternative story forms. You'll also be gathering content and exploring traditional and current methods and technology. You're going to play with a lot of different media tools to present all of this information visually and to tell stories. You're going to explore social media for journalism and just to communicate, publish, and share work online. Your grade's broken down into these basic areas. Quizzes during the fall and spring semester, they're pop quizzes. For you, pop quizzes aren't really going to work. We'll structure quizzes a little bit differently for you. There will be a variety of projects that you'll do over the course of the semester. There are 5 regular projects and then a final project. You'll do all your work individually since all of you are in different places. If you were with me in the fall semester or spring semester, then you'd be doing some group projects as well. You'll critique each other's work, so be ready for that. You'll have a variety of homework assignments, and that'll go into what I call the participation area of your grade. You can see the breakdown of all of this on the syllabus. And again, the final project really brings together all of the elements of the other projects that you'll do this semester. Those projects, you're going to do a photo project. You're going to take audio and photos and combine them together. You're going to do a video. You're going to make a map. In the fall and spring semesters, we do a treasure hunt on campus, which is really fun. But instead, I think for you all, I'll have you show us around wherever you're living and map some of the destinations that we should all go to if we come visit you. You'll also make some charts and graphs. And then, like I mentioned, the final project brings it all together. You're going to put together a video news package that includes everything that I just talked about. Some important information, please make sure that you read this section of your syllabus. This is really the only warning that I'm going to give you on this. Please make sure that you use only material that you create or material that you have received permission to use. Using other people's work as your own is plagiarism. It will cause you to fail the assignment. It could get you kicked out of the class, get you kicked out of the School of Journalism, or get you kicked out of the university. So never pawn off other people's work as your own. Even if you give people credit, if you use a photo from somebody in a video that you've put together and you credit whoever that original photographer is, that still might not be okay. U.S. copyright law requires that you have that person's permission to use the photo, not only that you give them credit. So that's why I say that you really should stick to using only material that you create. Make sure you familiarize yourself with all of those policies that are in the class syllabus. Finally, if you've got any questions, I like to use social media for those questions. So tweet at me at JRN203 or use the hashtag JRN203. We'll be using those throughout the semester, and by you tweeting your questions out or posting your questions onto our Facebook group, not only then am I going to answer your question, but you're going to help all your classmates who may have the same question, and then they'll get the answer from me. In some cases, too, your classmates may be able to answer that question. So if you tweet out at JRN203 and use the hashtag JRN203, then everybody else is going to be able to see it. And I recommend that you are checking your Twitter at least once a day, if not more. I'll be posting information on class assignments, tips, maybe extra credit opportunities, that sort of thing out on Twitter. So that's why it's very important, regardless how you feel about social media and Twitter, that you have a Twitter account, at least for this class, and you use it at least for this class. In the next video, I'll talk a little bit about creativity and getting your creative juices flowing, and that'll lead into the first homework assignment.